The last session of the day and the last session of the forum is on open process automation, OPA. So we have 4 presentations from OPA status update by Ravindra Jagasia, OPAF forum co-chair, Global Business Development Automation, Strategic Growth Initiatives from STAHL, followed by Reliance Industries Limited by Karthik Fojdar, Head NHQ, CES Engineering Instrumentation, and Sunita Devi, Group Lead for Open Process Automation. And they'll be speaking on OPA update by Reliance. Then we have an ExxonMobil OPAS update by Jayant Mondi, Data Science Advisor, Global Operations, ExxonMobil Services and Technology Private Limited. And the last presentation will be by OPAS, Your Platform for the Future, by Harirajan Padmanabhan, HPAD Inc., OPAF, Enterprise Architecture Working Group, co-chair. Now I request Mr. Ravindra Jagasia to come on the stage.
I hope you can hear me now. Yep, good. So, as they say, picture abhi baki hai dost. This is the last program of the conference. You'll have a lot of interesting presentations. And after all that cloud, autonomous, AI, everything software, we go back to ground level, real life, what we do in automation. Without that, any kind of AI you have up over there will not help you. So this is very important. We'll do a short forum overview, review the organization, the OPAS architecture, just for any new colleagues who are over here, and maybe for all of you, otherwise it will be a good refresher. So what is Open Process Automation Forum doing? Is it just another standards body and we are going to write a new standard? No, we are using the current standards. This is a standards-based, open, interoperable, secure process automation architecture. Nothing new. Yes, something we do tweak and add up, but it is basically using the same current international standards available. The ecosystem of the control system industry, the end users, the system integrators, the component control system vendors are all part of the membership, and including the academics. So this becomes a very good cohesive feedback for the forum when we are building the standard. This is quite very much important. Beyond that is our liaison agreements with those various other standards bodies. So in that case, if we want to connect with them, understand what is going on, and in some cases, we are also giving a feedback that when we are implementing their standard, probably there is something which we would like to see them tweak. So a lot of the interactions going on with liaison partners, and they are not just the partners for standard development. You will also see some coming here from the industry, the IOGP, which is the oil and gas, the CSIA, the Control System Integrator Association. So these are the standard body who are part of the ecosystem where we have the end users and we have the integrators also. What is OPAS? Always a question, a confusing, are we doing something new? What are we trying to implement here? So what you see is the yellow part is what OPAS is trying to build and develop, or what the OPAS standard relates to. Relates to the OCF, the backbone. I'll have some more pictures which would make clearer, but this is more like an application-oriented or software-oriented architecture, if I can put it. You have your standard alarm management, HMIs, historians, which are all as a brand available to you, but they are all talking OCF. They are talking the Open Communication Framework or the OPAS Communication Framework. And what we are focusing on is the function block execution engine, the alarm execution engine, and the IO execution engine. The focus of the standard development is the yellow part. What are we trying to achieve? We are trying to achieve interchangeability. We are trying to achieve interoperability, modularity, and then portability. You work with any proprietary control system. I have his HMI, his hardware, his what I call controller, and then I'm working in that ecosystem itself. There's no opportunity to use another best in class. With OCF, this is what we try to achieve, is an open system. I write standards. Does that mean that I'm only writing textbooks for you? No. We are also building individual profiles, taking the requirements from the standards, or the existing standards into an OPAS standard. We create these profiles which are on the right. These are the profiles which then we do certification so that it ensures interoperability when you are able to exchange one vendor to another vendor. So that is one part of the equation. This is where the certifications come in play, guaranteeing as well as assuring the end user when he's implementing an OPAS project that if things will work together, he doesn't have to worry about it. That's the architecture I was referring to again. Again, the yellow is your OPAS connectivity framework. All the yellows are the devices or the DCNs, the DCN compute or the DCN compute plus IO or the DCN IOs, which are basically certified for OPAS. But there are existing legacy equipment. If I tell you to throw everything away, you'll beat me up. But for that, I have a solution where between a gateway, a kind of a DCN, you can convert an existing legacy solutions and bring it back on the OPAS connectivity framework. And of course, we have the ACP, the Advanced Control Platform, where you can implement the higher end softwares over there. The good part of this is that this allows the capability to take a modular approach to your growth. You can have an existing systems already there, but you could also start building up smaller systems, build up the north side, and then be able to integrate gradually or migrate gradually over a period of time. So that's the architecture we talk about. We still emphasize on those 4 key attributes: interchangeability, interoperability, modularity, and then portability. Nobody would wonder, what are we doing about Ethernet APL? What are we doing about the other process automation technologies? So using these gateways and some other solutions, we will be able to integrate other emerging technologies. And one attempt on that was done with MTP, modular type package. If you have been in the batch control industry, or you are in the batch control industry, pharma, consumer CPG, consumer products group, you would know that you do the process as batch. Traditionally, OPAF or OPAS has evolved over the energy industry, the chemical, petrochemical industry. So we have been focused on the continuous process industry. But we have done some demonstrations in 2023, in 2024, where we have integrated OPAS and MTP. And there are the next steps which are also to be done on the, or are to be developed upon. Since 24, 25, and the NAMUR organizations. I'm sure you all know who NAMURs are. NAMUR is an end user association. NAMUR has then migrated the automation developments they were doing, NOAA, MTP, Ethernet APL, they've given it to the PI organization. So while the PI organization was settling down and building up on the next stage of standard, we are now engaging with them to do the harmonization with OPAS. So that's a continuous work going on. And that's what we see as OPAS, your main platform for you to build together any other technology that you may have along the way. You would have Ethernet APL already trying to do a Ethernet-based field device solutions, and that could be a good connection into the OCF or the OPAS interface. OPAF also is a forum from the perspective, it is an elected forum. So they are divided into 4 groups: business, which defines the final commercial value for you. If there is no commercial value, you would not be willing to invest. The enterprise architecture, Hari is the co-chair, will explain later. We define the architecture on how we are going to build the standard together, what we need to do, what is essential as part of the standard development. Technology, these are the people who are deep into what we call them as SMEs, subject matter experts. And again, they are led and elected, not that somebody is nominating them. And then the certification, the final puzzle in the pie, that for an end user, he would like to see everything work together. And certification is what ensures that. Some of the people who are part of it, so you can see it's Petrobras, HPAD, Novasmart, Chevron, Kongsberg, Yokogawa, Intel. So we are all part of this ecosystem, and this is the current office bearers. There have been many from others, from Shell, from ExxonMobil, and some more. So it's a continuous process, and that is, I think people love to work on it until they retire. So you probably, the next one will be me when I'm retiring. So what are we talking about now? We are talking about interoperability, we are talking about certifications, some test beds, just a big high overview. We have a close collaboration with the academic industry. So with the academics, with the universities, and that is again something I would like to emphasize here. Continuous improvement, that's part of the learning curve. You can't stop and say, I'm an expert now. No, we are learning from what standards we have developed. A conclusion to tell you what would be the action you would need to do. And then, yes, we need more members on the forum. So one part of the standards development, besides writing the specs, is also to test it, to let the vendors do some testing. So we have been doing this since 2019 onwards. By the way, if you are looking at the blue one, we are in our 10th year. So we started off in 2016, and then around 2019, after the first standard version 1 was released, we were ready to do these interoperability testing. So this testing is a continuous process. It is limited to vendors, so they can make mistakes and nobody points out anything to them. And it is a way to experiment what's going on, what the standards are trying to say. And it's a feedback again to the guys who are writing the specs, hey, this worked, this did not work, so you need to improve it. We also have to then take the next step. So standards are done, interoperability testing is done, we have to then get them products to be certified. Why do you need that certification? What benefit does it bring to you? So first of all, guarantees you that the standard works, it's doable. It provides a marketplace. Right now, we call this as an OPAS marketplace. We have OPAS aligned products, but down the way, it will be certified products. And then this is a good comparison when we talk about the offerings from the closed or proprietary systems. You would be able to see what is available, what is not available. With the certified products available, can I put together a solution? I can say I can do this, I can do that. So verification becomes a very important factor of what a supplier is claiming. For end users, as I mentioned earlier, it assures them that they are getting a product which will be interoperable. It wouldn't have to be, again, tested and checked it out. We learn best practices from these vendors who are implementing them. Again, we get feedbacks from them when the testings are being done. And then even for the forum, as the vendors are evolving with their products and with the profiles, which I showed earlier on the right-hand side in blue, those profiles, when they are being combined and added together, they evolve into newer solutions, which is a good feedback for the forum to learn from. So a lot of requirements going on to get certified products out. Wave 1 is available. So the Wave 1 products or profiles are available. If you go on that QR code, you'll be able to see them. A lot of the certification is slow because as vendors, we don't want to put money out. We want end users to tell us, I want a certified product, then I'll go and invest over there. So typically, chicken or egg situation. Sorry for the vegetarians, but chicken and egg situation is where I either have to have the certified product or I wait for the customer to tell me, hey, go ahead and do this. So this is where the wave 1 is ready. Wave 2 and wave 3 are coming. We are already working on the wave 2 profiles. Because this involves even onboarding the verification labs, they take time. They have to be audited before we can say they are capable to do the testing. These were the test beds and the production systems. Again, as I mentioned, we started off in 2016, but since 2017, people have been taking very early steps to implement and demonstrate the capability. And right up to 2024, we have had good, and there are many more in the roadmap down the way. Academics and universities, I'm getting close. I'm seeing Raman telling me that. These universities have been part of our collaboration. We have had a lot of interest from a lot of the universities that they want to collaborate. Some of the collaborations were also initiated by the end users in the game. So Petronas with UTP, Petrobras with UFCG. I am not, where is Octavio? Octavio, you can pronounce what is that, Petrobras, Universal de Federal. I'm not good in Portuguese, I'm sorry. Curtin University, Australia, they have a trailblazer projects for the mining industry. And then Texas A&M focusing on the small modular reactor digital twin project. So a lot of these efforts were done, and just a brief on that. You can see that Curtin University is now having their PhD programs being implemented based on OPAS. So that reflects very strongly from an academic institute that, hey, this is a technology we should be talking about. And then, of course, this Texas A&M, which demonstrated the digital twin on the top of OPAS architecture. So you know what digital twin is, you know what AI and ML is. I'm not going to explain all that. And that's the feedback what we are working on. We are listening to all those test beds and all the deployments that are there, learn from them and understand what went wrong, what needs to be corrected, what they need more. There are about 9 feature sets which have been prioritized by the end users, and that is the work in progress right now. Hopefully, by the time in Orlando, we will have some of these feature sets released at ARC Orlando. Next orders, who is going to be the next end user in India to build this? The 2.1 standard is already ready. We have projects executed, so there's absolutely no problem there. There is tweaking, yes. There is feedback, yes. But it's the first place to start. It's scalable, it's modular. You can start with a small test bed and you can go up into that. Most importantly, you want certified products, specify OPAs in your request for proposals or request for interest or request for quotations, and then we should be able to get things going faster. Join us. There are very few Indian companies as part of the OPAF membership. We would love to have more. Be part of the change and be the change. Thank you. Sorry.